My name is Tonya Curry, and this is this week's Acumen Media Report. It's entitled South Africa, SiKhathele. Friday is here, and that's your good cheer. Where to start? Well, I suppose I should start with Busi. You know my chom Busi, hey? Come on, man, you know Busisiwe. Oh, wait, I should rather say Madam Public Protector. Now you know who I'm talking about. We heard testimony this week from two reliable witnesses who told us the most shocking stories. If you think your boss is hard work, check this chick, Busi, out. One of the testifiers, a woman, had lost her young niece. She referred to her niece as her little sister, and that when the girl fell ill, it was a major issue for both her and her family. I can relate. Many of us can. This woman travelled to a stricken family, anxiously praying for this child to return to health. Before she even left, before she did anything, she wrote to the public protector. The PP seemed to be reasonable and understanding and quoted scriptures of how the child would be healed through prayer. The next day, that child died. Now, grief-stricken, the woman wrote again to her boss and told her that her niece had passed. The PP's response, yet again, was a quoted scripture and her condolences. But the next day, our devil wears Prada of a public protector issued a list of reports that had to be finalized in the next day or two. Cases that were in various stages of investigations. The PP said that if they weren't finalized by deadline, the grieving woman would be given a disciplinary hearing. And she duly went ahead with exactly that. If that wasn't horrific enough, we heard further testimony from a disabled employee called Madiba. Madiba, who was perfectly able to work in the Public Protector's office and has had an exceptional track record. He suffered a stroke under her menace. When Busi was told that he had taken unwell, she immediately sent him a WhatsApp asking for a list of items that needed to be completed, one of which was due within hours. Or she would implement disciplinary proceedings. He passed away, our Madiba. That's our Busisiwe, our public protector. Madiba's brother tweeted that the witness's testimony had broken his heart as he relived the events under the inquiry. These are real stories, South Africa. Thankfully, Concord told Makhubani where to get off on that appeal and about halting impeachment processes, and they said she must pay costs to boot. The inquiry continues. It's on every day, and Darlene Porfer has become my background noise. It's my job, and it's hard work, but nothing compared to working for the PP. I'm Tonya Curry, and you're about to scratch the surface with Acumen Media. AfriForum lost its case against the EFF about singing struggle song, Shoot the Boer. It appears this struggle song now has a colonial English version. After the judgment, the EFF took to the streets and sang their hearts out in English. They should have tried Afrikaans too. Guys, like really, I'm serious now. Do we have time for this nonsense? I saw Kusatu and others call for the mother of all strikes, a national shutdown that was meant to take place on Wednesday. But we all went to work. Why? Because no work, no pay. Doesn't matter if you work in the PP's office or not. We all need to feed our families. And hey, trade unions and government, we are tired. SiKhathele, a great Zulu word. Khathele, it means I'm tired. But not a normal, like yawn, I'm tired. It's the kind of tired where you slump your shoulders and grudgingly put one foot in front of another and just get on with your day. My South Africa, SiKhathele. Kusatu, a word, please. I think you've misread the room. You've misunderstood the state of this country because we don't care about strikes and politics. Even past, present, and future presidents don't make an impact on our day. We are just getting into the grind, trying to make a coin while navigating through those horrific crime statistics that were released this week. That's where we're at, working, we're hustling, or we would be starving. And if you want to make a noise, please join Twitter and find yourself a set of bots or paid influencers, because that's how the world works now. Whistleblower Fakey mentor passed away. She's been sick for a while and this brave woman never saw an ounce of justice. She told the state capture inquiry how Zuma promised her all sorts of underhanded stuff and payoffs for joining his crew. No one cared. I'm sad about Fakey. She tried. She really did try. Thank you, Miss Mentor. Some of the biggest stories of the week focused on our hospitals. First, we had the Tembisa Hospital CEO, Dr. Ashley Mtunzi, denied that he spent R500,000 on skinny jeans. The hospital bought 200 pairs of skinny jeans at 2,500 Rand per pair. What kind of hospital is this? Now everyone wants to go. 2,500 Rand a pair. This was exposed by the slain whistleblower Babita Deokaran. He flat out denies it. He said it was for stitches, sutras. What does that even mean? Well, to be fair, skinny jeans can be stitched on. SiKhathele. Staying with hospitals, Dr. Poppy Ramatuba didn't mince her words in a leaked video where she let out a tirade of xenophobic narrative on one Zimbabwean man who sought treatment in an SA public hospital. She used this opportunity to make it clear that the only reason our health system was failing was because of people like this guy. She didn't check if he was here in SA illegally, not at all. She just trampled over him and said foreigners are to blame for the state of our country's healthcare. SiKhathele. Really, SiKhathele. This story was so big that Zimbabwe's government offered to pay for the medical bill, but I think everyone missed the point. Our hospitals, whether being burnt down or ordering skinny jeans, are in a shocking state. It's not foreigners, Dr. Poppy. It's your crew. I mean, if this guy was illegal, why is he even here? If he is legal, then he's entitled to medical treatment. In fact, more so. Give him a pair of skinny jeans too. He doesn't deserve to be the subject of a viral tweet by one of the head honchos spewing xenophobic nonsense. SiKhathele. Another horror story is this oak. Tshwane Mayor Randall Williams. He and Busi should get together and go bowling. He's the guy who wanted to push through an unsolicited bid of 26 billion to a service provider that he had personally handpicked like a tie from a tie rack. And where's our prayers? Well, apparently he will answer questions on that pesky farm and couch story. However, there will have to be a panel appointed to investigate. Are you noticing a trend? I am. SiKhathele. Former President Thabo Mbeki used Rita Nzingana's funeral to call for the renewal of the ANC. How many times shall we renew this ANC? I must say he was feisty, our Tata Thabo, especially when he said that there is something wrong with us when we kill people for municipal positions that feed the relentless greed that has become the ANC's creed, that people within the party are only there for cash, that they can recite the creed like the great pretenders that they are. SiKhathele. The head of the lotto resigned and he was headed to a disciplinary hearing for grand theft of people's dreams. We don't want your resignation, dude. Can we have our money back? Last week, Steenhuisen's roadkill comment about his ex-wife was labelled reprehensible, and then the DA's Women Network said it was locker talk. Juju said Paul Mashatile is tipped to be president. He gives us a new name every week. Ace can't play at the gluttonous card table anymore, and he is madder than a crate of rattlesnakes. Him and Supra Mahamapelo. Watch those two. They are gangster. A whole bunch of insurrectors were arrested again this week, none of which bear the name Zuma. There is no water at all in Nelson Mandela Bay, and we watch, sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. The Competition Commission swooped on several insurance companies citing collusion. What's my favourite story of the week? Well, I'm so glad you asked. The two presidents and their tackies. No, I'm serious. Zuma and Ramaphosa showed off their tackies on social media. The one prez wore Batu and the other ex-prez wears drip. Sounds about right, doesn't it? I wonder which set of shoes is running this country. Just add skinny jeans and we're all on set. Oh wait, I can't leave without empathizing with my vegan friends. Apparently, you can't call it fake chicken anymore. as products were removed from the shelves across the country because of labelling. Are you kidding me? SiKhathele. I'm Tanya Curry, and you've just scratched the surface with Acumen Media.